Hello everyone, this is part number 6. Plan for today is gonna be some optional stuff around the map and probably reach Coven. But first I'm gonna focus on East March. Quite expensive bridge. At off recordings I managed to get from the first try Chilled Spectral Bludgeon of Poland Skies. This comes with 2 extra skill points to Trozan Sky Shard, so I'm gonna swap this. This one is better. I did 2 Roderatis runs, but this 2 is actually terrible. Both of them roll a flame color, which is basically fire suffix. Which is one of the worst possible rolls. I don't have any fire damage at all. If you don't know, first devotion you have to basically don't cross this bridge over here and just stick. Technically you have to just follow the river. This is the secret quest. I'm gonna pass and I'm gonna just continue over here following the river, and that's gonna lead me to the East Marsh devotion point and some boss that usually is related to the Outcast questline, but I'm not gonna do that. That was a very big hit. I take one boulder shot that cost me almost 50% of my life bar. Shamblers can be very rippy. Never underestimate these creatures. You have to face them a couple of times during the campaign, so be sure you're prepared. Only high tank builds can sustain a hit from them or 2, but I am not such a build. I am high burst class, technically a glass cannon. I rely mostly on a good positioning and using properly my cooldowns. Like now, I'm gonna debuff because she plays 4 debuffs on me. I prefer to debuff myself. No point to debuff her because she's a bleeding and vitality user, and no damage auras as well, so she's not that scary. But definitely you can debuff yourself, especially all of these 4 debuffs kinda dangerous. Druid needs a little bit more precision and active playstyle. It's not for everyone, definitely. I saw a lot of people during the league and during the reels, YouTube videos, a lot of players play this class very wrong. You definitely need some pilot skills. Grim Dawn is not hard to master. It's after all basically just another ARPG, just it's a little bit better than most. In my opinion, better than Path of Exile. Path of Exile comes with tons of complicated mechanic, resources and stuff. For me it's better than Diablo 4 definitely, and better than Last Epoch. In my heart, Diablo 2 is still the best ARPG. But this is just my opinion. Just Grim Dawn is much more interactive, especially with the environment, NPCs, stuff like this, lore. So let's check the mutators. Critical damage for me, that's okay. I don't like Vengeful. And I don't like Reckless. That's can be a little bit trippy, because these guys over here, they score a lot of damage. Especially the poison insects. Eldritch Hounds, they are not that scary. Usually very easy to tackle, deal with them. Spiders as well. I don't think they are very scary. Apart from the traps. But crawlers and these bats can be. Also this totem is a Eldritch totem, but it's a very dangerous one. Of course I'm gonna do it, I need blueprints. I hunt for a Hound relic before act. I'm gonna buy it at Malmut, but that's way too late. I still can stick with the fervor, or even I can craft myself finally a Juggernaut. And now you can see how deadly is this. I have to fight them at the door. I don't want to take multiple hits from these guys. Tempest Sigil, this is the best amulet for this build. This is gonna be the baby version. So it's not that nice now, but mythical version of this one is absolutely amazing. It comes with 2 Ragging Tempest and 2 Star Pact. Core skills for this build, but still I need Chaos Resistance. It's very hard to deal with Chaos Resistance deficit in this build. This Devotion Shrine is absolutely free. No heroes for most part. And that means I have 2 points to spend. A little bit dodge, a little bit defensive ability and life. Here, this guy has a very small hitbox. This is kind of flaw for this build. I'm gonna nullify, because usually you aim for all of the Trozans hit him. It's not gonna happen all the time. I just got lucky. So bosses like this one, and for example Iron Maiden, Xantarin, Fabius is gonna be a little bit hard for this build to deal with. But this is a skill point. It's kinda annoying with this. There is a treasure room. It's completely random. Sometimes there is a good chest like this one, sometimes doesn't. It's a... So next stop is gonna be Homestead. Here we want the conflagration. Our Ether resistance in a good shape, so I can definitely... It's quite dangerous area, is absolutely optional. But next devotion point is a very important to me, so I want to take it as soon as possible. So I'm gonna do conflagration. There is a guaranteed dynamite as well. It's quite rewardable, apart from the fact it's very dangerous. Especially I don't have high life regen and I don't have good life pool. So I have to use wisely my cooldowns. But if you don't rush the game, you're gonna be okay. Also I have high range, being a caster. So I don't put myself immediately in danger. I can open the fight from far away. Just be sure you have your movement abilities off cooldown, so you can travel faster. Don't go at the ether ground with both of them on a cooldown. You're gonna put yourself in a danger. So this is ancient. This is a very repeat totem usually. It comes with these big charging guys. I'm gonna debuff this guy so I can easily one-shot him. It's never a bad thing to use your nullification against most of the heroes. They have dangerous auras for like 90% of the times. That was a stun by one of the captains. We'll look for upgrades. This is a very good area to farm plate mails and ether casks. Okay. We have several nice procs over here. This is the boss, nothing special. You can nullify him, he is a cult user if I'm not mistaken. He's dead. Time for the shrine. This is the main reason I am here. Quest is just a nice bonus. There is a one-shot chest, few other chests here. Just camera can be a little bit deceiving and you can't see them. So without any much problems, I did conflagration. Usually I avoid this area on hardcore, but I have pretty solid build for the moment. Especially my ether resistance cap. I can check these gloves. Terrible. You can see how terrible can be the epic items. Don't pull by the color. So this is a coat pants, but still I think I'm gonna lose a lot, yeah. This is just too good, too much resistances. Suffix is absolutely crap. But Ether Fire is okay as a prefix. This is a nice defensive option. I can keep it. You can sell this, it's not belongs to questline anymore. And definitely can sell the both tomes that I found. I just want to showcase them. Don't plan to use it. Take my quest reward. And now I can continue to my merry way. We gain 2 levels. I'm gonna use 1 point. Inner focus is gonna be scaling from now on. Usually earlier the game is useless, but now when I have certain amount of spirit and certain amount of offensive ability, it's gonna scale much better. Next step is gonna be start maxing out Ragging Tempest. This is gonna significantly increase my damage, especially when I got this one as well. This is Rumor. I'm gonna put on my ice spikes. Usually you can use a lower cooldown. For example, you can use Trozan and the chance is gonna be increased. And actually this recharge on a 0.10 seconds, and I got this on a 2 seconds cooldown, so it's not that bad. Probably I'm gonna stick with this for now. This means every time I place Trozan, I have 50% to place Rumor, which I think is better option than my ice spikes. We're gonna test both options. But 15%, that means I have to spam constantly my ice spike. On the other hand, Trozan's gonna one-shot everything apart from act bosses. Damage is already too high. This 20,000 crit is just for one of the shards. If I hit a target with all of them, it's gonna be massive increase of damage. And I'm gonna test this for this boss fight. So I'm gonna show you again how to do properly. The Gloomwald. I'm gonna remove this offensive stuff for a fast kill. So again, we're looking for a house at the east part of the map. Immediately use the cellar in this house. This house is gonna mark all the important objectives. It's pointless to discover the whole Gloomwald. You can do it. I mean, it's not a wrong thing, but I like to save my time. After all, this is my probably 100 something playthrough, maybe more. And I'm sure there is nothing interesting in the rest of the Gloomlord. Here is the quest for the main stash. Another NPC that hide his treasure before the Grim Dawn. We immediately gonna use the cellar, and that's gonna lead us to the devotion and to the Garanto. What was his name? Gareth Conflagration. Not what we're looking for. These treasure troves, they're gonna start drop transcendent relics, which means I have a high chance to find Hound. Also, I missed that totem. This is another chance for Hound. If you have Hound, just craft Hound instead of what I craft. I just start on a fresh blacksmith and a fresh save. Completely from the scratch. Be careful, in one of these houses, basically cellars, there is a boss, Marrow Wheel. He or she, I'm not sure, I think it's he. He is pretty dangerous, especially in a mid-range, melee range. Especially if his crossbow or her crossbow, I'm not sure. It's some good one. I almost got the whole Perdition set already. It's quite interesting. Let's see what we got. We have cold damage. And we have some vitality res. I prefer the damage for now. And Garroth is immediately lined a little bit northwest from the Devotion Shrine. If you're not familiar with the map, just take this as a marking point and just slightly northwest and you can find him. That's why I like to use this cellar, and especially this house just leads me to all the objective for this area. And again, his treasure is same, northwest from the Devotion and northwest from Garan. You basically use this line. Just use your imagination and you're gonna, if you stick to that line, you're gonna find everything that you need in this area. This is a very nice chunk of experience. Leg plates of Vala is a very nice defensive pants, especially if you have certain problems with bleeding and pierce resistance. This one's pretty low roll. This is the next objective. We have to kill Caraxes full. No problems at all. There is a chest. I need every single iron bits that I can get. I am in front of the crafting session soon. We finally arrive at Coven. Let's sell some stuff. That was a mistake. I have to walk a little bit.
Whatever it is you think you're doing if you what you like.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
I don't need perdition set.
Put it to good use.
I think I'm gonna take the shrine for ancient growth and I'm gonna end the episode here. It's already, I don't want to be that long, and I can finish the rest in the next episode. I just wanna finish my rumor so I know exactly what the next step is gonna be. We have already access to almost all of our basically we're gonna scam Trozan. I'm gonna take his quest for the free key. This key is technically a lot of iron bits and one blood of Chthon. I'm gonna go to Coven, distribute my points. I think for now 15 elemental resistance shreds gonna be okay. I'm gonna leave Wind Devils for a couple of levels alone, and I'm gonna max out first my main form of sustain. As you can see, these skills start to take diminishing returns, but you want this hard cap basically as much as point as possible. This is basically a core sustain, and my idea for the leveling is gonna be high health regen. Health regen got nerfed, but still definitely with this low life pool thanks to the Arcanist and Shaman, I am forced to pick Giant, Behemoth, and probably I have to pick some other devotions. Definitely I have to take Cultus, because Arcanist lacks resistance shred, so I have to take another source through devotions. I think now I can remove, but not here. I every time forgot about that Sadina dies during the Devil's Crossing defense against Malmut.
Let me clear your mind.
So I'm pretty sure I can remove Scholar's Light. That's good, so I can take another proc. So I'm gonna explain Giant's Blood. Basically it's gonna top up my life and it's gonna regen. A lot of people, they use it on a aura, which is a huge mistake. Of course some builds they don't possess, for example Arcane Will. I want this proc, healing proc, not to be wasted. So when I place this on an Arcane Will, that's not gonna proc on itself. My life bar have to drop by 1/4, basically 25%, and then Giant's gonna hit, top up my life bar, and put some health regen on top. Basically the best Giant procers in the game are definitely Blasting Shield, Arcane Will, and one of the Old Keeper's passives, I forgot the name, that one that brings you some physical resistance and other stuff, but at the moment I just can't, just pops out of my mind. But usually skills that basically circuit breakers, they are the best Giants procers, because if I place this on some random aura, it's gonna proc all the time, especially when I don't need it. For example, some white crap come and hit me, Giant's gonna proc, and I'm gonna lose the whole proc, when basically, because this gonna be, for now it's on a 6-second duration and 19-second recharge, and basically with all my CDR is gonna be on a better shape later on, but definitely you don't want to lose the proc. So keep that in mind when you pick Giant. Basically Wayward Soul from Chariot works the same. You don't want to waste this proc as well. And basically Healing Rain. This one, it's not that necessary to be on a circuit breaker, because it's just on a 8-second duration, 12-second cooldown. It's gonna proc all the time anyways. But Chariot and Giant, you definitely want them on a circuit breaker. Ideally some good one, not for example Menhir's Will, because if you get one shot you're gonna lose the Menhir's Will, you're gonna lose the Giant proc as well. You're gonna be just dead. And I think to end up the episode here, I'm gonna clear Barrow Home and all the rest in the next one. Thank you everyone for watching. See you in the next one.